whatsoever to get an education. See, the problem here is not the dress code, it's whiners. That's right. There's real problems in the world, and we got girls who want to dress like $2 whores, throw on pounds of makeup, and then say that it's not their fault that they're distracting class. You're dressed like a fucking whore. If I walked into high school wearing a fucking Speedo and nothing else, yeah, I'd get fucking stared at. Yes, I'd get fucking made fun of. Unless I had a ginormous cock, in which case I would probably get hit on by female teachers. And why is that? Because we taught girls from a very young age that they are not responsible for jack shit. Anything you do wrong is a man's fault. If you dress like a $2 hooker and pull a Pomeranian, look at me, look at me, look at me, yes, you are a distraction intentionally. Yes, you are intentionally being a distraction. It's not your body that's the distraction. It's you fighting for goddamn attention, you dumb whore. There's a reason I use the word whore. You're not there to get an education. You're there to advertise free vagina or cheap vagina. Jesus goddamn Christ. You know how difficult it was for me to go through school and get a goddamn education with all the stupid bitches fighting for fucking attention? Most of the abuse that us nerds took in high school came from women. Or men who wanted to fucking impress those stupid cunts. So yeah, I use the term stupid cunts. You don't like it? Kiss my ass. Just so you know, the proper response to that is mark the spot, you're all ass. Oh. I knew that was going to happen. When you are unreasonable and irrational and whining about stupid shit, and then you don't want people to throw it in your face that it must be that time of the month. You must be on your period. You think that's wrong, but you don't think it's wrong to make fun of nerds. You don't think it's wrong to make fun of their penis size, whether you've seen it or not. It's pretty fucking gross. Now, if I told you some real things that natives have told me, real things that women have told me, how well would you be? I get to hear all this bullshit. It's bullshit. All of it. Now I hear boys complaining about their dress codes. And how are they protesting it? By wearing skirts and crop tops. The boys aren't allowed to wear shorts, but girls can wear mini skirts. Huh. Then, of course, there's the girls that are at schools that have rules against mini skirts. Why is that? Because they're distracting. Is it the miniskirt that's distracting? No, it's the dumb whore wearing it, fighting for attention instead of getting an education. Oh, but how dare I use the word whore, right? Would you prefer prostitute? See, girls don't put on makeup for them. They put it on to manipulate you. Girls don't put on makeup because it makes them feel better. They put on makeup because getting stared at and gawked at makes them feel wanted. If you don't want to get stared at like a cheap fucking hooker, don't dress like a cheap fucking hooker. You know, Alyssa Derry was one of the best looking girls in Chapel High School. I was there. But she didn't dress like a $2 hooker. There was a woman named Jody. Jody was a little chunky in places that are unpopular. She dressed like a cheap hooker because she was trying to fight for attention from the other girls. She wanted the attention that Leslie and Lynn Paul got. She wanted the attention that Kim Jefferson got. She wanted the attention that Samantha Johnson got. Instead, she just, exposed her genitalia to half the school. Yeah, you don't need to pretty yourself up. You know what? There's plenty of fat girls in there that are not strapping themselves up to look skinnier so they can be in competition. There's plenty of fat girls in your school that aren't dressing like $2 whores. There's plenty of fat girls in your school that are busy being focused on getting their goddamn education, as well as being lonely because they're not getting the attention that you get. Women respond more often to negativity. How many of y'all have told a woman about what's going on only to realize that she has no fucking clue what's going on because she's not listening? But the moment you start name calling, she starts paying attention, doesn't she? So, what are we supposed to do? You blame us for everything that women do. Everything. Women are not to be held responsible in the United States. That's what we've taught. Where the fuck is this video I was trying to watch yesterday? Oh, here's a good one. This one's called Women Are Taught to Lie.
I need your help solving a murder.
This ain't it. Here's one for you. Those of you fat dudes, bald hair, thick Coke bottle glasses, stop pursuing women. You know they don't fucking want you. You know that if you walk up and say hello, she might try charging you with rape.
Women are lying all the time about their appearances. And they're getting their DMs and their dating apps and their OnlyFans and all this stuff flooded. In the meantime, they are enhanced in many respects. I'm not just talking about surgery here. There's that layer. There's that layer of where, like, you know, women go in for Botox, you know, like it's just a routine dental cleaning now. Toxic, nasty. But they do it because they're in a panic. Oftentimes, by the way, women doing that are in a panic because they're hitting the wall And now they got to compete with younger women, and they're like, what do I do? What do I do? So what do? They freeze their face, and then they just look.
Competition. Competition. It's not men's fault that you dumb whores are fighting for our attention. Oh, not mine. I'm not good looking. I'm not Owen Johnson. You're not going to fight for my attention. No, I'm the tool in the toolbox that you're going to pretend is your friend when you fucking want something.
Creepy, right? They don't look more youthful. They look weird. And then guys are like, how come she has no expression? Is she dead inside?
Oh, it froze up on me. Oh, this is not working. Everything's full, so my phone doesn't want to work. It's full of evidence, full of screenshots, full of videos. One of the ladies this morning, she was complaining that their bodies aren't distracting. Yes, they are. You want to pretend that them boys walking through class in a dress aren't distracting to the class? You want to pretend that them boys going to school in a crop top isn't distracting to the class? You want to pretend that if I showed up at school in a fucking Speedo that it wouldn't be distracting to the class? If I painted 40 pounds of makeup on my face so I look like a goddamn clown, you seriously gonna tell me that that's not a distraction to the class? When my behaviors aren't just painting on this shitty face, but I'm trying to twerk in the hallways, shake that ass. Right? Yeah, you're not dumb whores for shaking your ass. We're all rapists for looking when you shake your ass, aren't we? Jesus Christ, we live in a dumb fucking country. Here's another one for you.
But I always tell women that delay and that career focus and that stuff, like not everybody gets lucky. Like, please listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. But women are taught that that's a sign of weakness, and that somehow you're not as intelligent or as capable if you're not out there doing the grind. When the biggest joy, there is nothing in this world that brings me joy the way my baby's hugs, kisses, laughter. If he says, "I love you, Mom," that's all I'm like, oh, I have my husband and I have my child, and that is a joy and a peace that no career could ever provide for me. I don't think men are wired the same way to make those statements. Men have a responsibility that women don't have when it comes to certain things. And I believe you should have it in terms of putting a roof over one's head and being able to protect and provide. But I'm really concerned about this new wave of refusal to acknowledge the differences between men and women, because it's just going to lead to a lot of lonely, depressed, suicidal, unhappy people on both sides. But I always tell...
Imagine that. Now this girl wants to claim that her body is not a distraction. You're right, your body is not a distraction. It's the open display of your body and the outwardly fighting for attention that is the problem. You want to be a whore on your own time? Be a whore on your own time. That's your right. That's your choice. But not in school. There is no reason for you to be coming to school dressed like a whore, acting like a whore, and then whining because you got attention.
What do you mean?
No, leave women leave 70% of the time. If they're college educated, they leave 90% of the time.
Correct.
Women ruin relationships and they ruin families. Women typically do it.
Actually,
and so if a guy ask the majority of men, their first choice is not a baby mother.
Mama.
Just like our first choice typically is not a short, broke guy.
That's right.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Now, will we put up with a guy that's shorter if he's good looking? Sure. Will a guy put up with a single mother if she has some other things that she brings to the table? Maybe she's attractive. Maybe she has other stuff. Maybe she's submissive. Whatever it is that he values. Yeah, but it's most men. It is not their first choice.
Okay. What do you mean?
Don't leave. Women leave it.
Women leave when they have somebody else lined up. Men leave when they're sick of your shit. Do you not understand the difference? Oh, here's a cute one. I think this is the same one. It's called Don't Make Eye Contact. That's not the one I was looking for. There's a lot of men who get yelled at, ripped out because they exist, not because they did anything wrong. Because we exist, we must be horrible people.
What you say? You go check?
Not yet. I had to wait for a guy to be here, and as soon as he got, well, he didn't get here yet. They closed up the bottle thing, so I got to take the bottles in, but they're at lunch at the moment.
Okay.
I didn't even wake up until after 9 because I was up so late last night.
You check it to me.
Yes, sir.
That way we can get car for you. Don't worry.
Where is it? There's one in specific I was trying to play, but apparently I let it sit for too long. I should have made this video yesterday. This one's called Women Have Choices, Men Have Responsibilities. Oh, here's a good one. Sorry, these are mostly women talking.
Let's take the vote. Like, the vote was one of the first things that we got, right? Would you agree that was a good thing? That women got to vote?
Yes.
Okay, but then women were not equally drafted. So if there's a war that breaks out, the men are the ones that have to go fight. So that's why women didn't want to vote, because they had to be drafted in order to vote. Because if you're voting for, in the U.S., it's the commander-in-chief who picks if we go to war. That's who you're voting for. So you have to have some skin in the game. So again, women wanted the freedom. They want to say, oh, let's vote. But they didn't get the responsibility that comes with it. In the U.S., selective service is up to $200,000 per year.
But you know
So if they don't enlist, basically, like if war breaks out and they don't sign up for the service, basically, they get fined $200,000. Let's take the vote. Like, the vote was one of the first things that we got, right?
$200,000. Imagine that. Now, when we talk about responsibilities, there's a lot of responsibilities that are shoved onto men. Shoved onto us, and we're expected to take this. We're expected that everything that you do wrong is our fault. One thing that you got to understand as a male is that if she ain't interested in you, that's not the worst part. If she's not interested in you, she's been taught how to destroy your entire life. Oh yeah, and we have to pay attention to how she looks, because otherwise we're not paying attention to her. How dare we not pay attention to her when she dresses like a $2 hooker? And why is it that so many women today, I should say girls, think that that's sexy? It's kind of like that girl who dresses like a Catholic schoolgirl. We all know Catholic schoolgirls. We also know lots of women who want to dress up as if they were Catholic schoolgirls, because what are they trying to do in that situation? They're trying to cater. And what are they trying to cater to? It's kind of like if a woman finds a man attractive and she finds out that he's got a foot fetish. Well, she might wash her feet extra. She might wear open-toed sandals. And then, of course, it's not about a man paying attention. The 6'3" dude that you wish would give you a chance, and you wash your feet. And it's not just washing your feet, is it? It's making sure that they're seen. It's making sure that they're exposed. Most of the girls I went to high school with weren't interested in an education. They were busy with hormones.
Why is it when I talk about accountability with women, the first thing some of y'all say is, why don't you talk about men about their bodies and their accountability and their sperm?
Because we have it.
Sis, aren't you the same ones that said that men can't talk about women's bodies and that they have no say in what happens to a woman's body and the decisions that they make for their womb? So how can you, in the same breath, say that you want to hold men accountable for their bodies? See, if the arguments were consistent and women were actually consistent here, then I would have no problem in that women can talk about women's bodies and men can talk about men's bodies. Y'all want to talk about everyone else's stuff before addressing your own issues. That's the problem. If women held women accountable, we would not be in this situation, okay?
And neither would we.
Why is it when I
Do you mean government?
Government.
I'm saying everything. So, like, for example, if someone gets fat, there's fat phobic. If someone has a high body count, sleeps around, they're slut shaming. Like, they don't have the equivalent of that for men. In this instance, I'm saying, like, you get money from the government. Or from the guy.
I wouldn't be able to comment on this because I don't personally take child support.
Right.
And I did make a decision with my baby father, but that's the choice I made, and I'm dealing with it.
No, and that's the thing. I respect people that take accountability, but it's like to me, I don't think anyone should bail anyone out for their bad decisions. So if you choose to make a child with a subpar guy, I don't think you're entitled to his money. You should have picked better.
But then the man's played just as much of a part to create that child as the woman.
No, because women are in charge of birth. It's your own fault if you get pregnant. Because we have 10 to 15 forms of birth control. Even if we get pregnant, you can get an abortion.
Do you mean government?
Government.
Men are held responsible for things that they're responsible for. Yes, it takes two people to get knocked. And only a man gets blamed for all this shit. The thing is, women are more likely to commit horrible atrocities than men, by a lot. And as we've seen with these teachers this year, we're talking about an 11-to-1 ratio. 11-to-1. God damn, this is a nasty world that we live in. Oh, here's one of the men's rights advocates. Her husband's kind of cute. I probably shouldn't say that, but he's got this dopey monkey face that's just adorable. Isn't he cute? Now that's just fucking funny. Daddy issues. I wish I could find the one I had yesterday. This is a foreign woman who was talking about men's burden of responsibility, and also the difference between where she was from and here in the United States. She was talking about how men in the United States are under siege. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. All right, I'm going to go get a coffee that I probably shouldn't get. When a man starts telling a woman about an issue that he needs help with, what does she do? Tries to make him feel bad for even asking. Or talks about how she's too busy. But she'll throw a goddamn tantrum if you're too busy when she wants help. There was a girl named Jamie Curtis in Chapel, Nebraska. And she drove me so fucking nuts with playing me like a goddamn yo-yo. I was like, you know what? I never wanted to date Jamie to begin with. I never wanted to fuck Jamie to begin with. And she wants herself an Irishman. I was like, fuck it. I will save the money for your ass to go to Ireland then. If I save the money for your ass to go to Ireland and get the man of your dreams, could you stop fucking with me like I'm a yo-yo? And we can be friends again? Ooh, we can't have that though, can we? God bless America. So, y'all don't care. You don't feel that you should be responsible for the lives that you tell or the lives that you destroy. One of the things that I have to deal with to this day is people pretending like I raped or molested Natalie Bollinger. You know, she never accused me of those things. She pretended that I might. Doesn't that make it okay? You harm a man and then you go, oh, well, I thought he was going to hurt me first. No, you didn't. You thought people were going to believe me, you dumb bitch. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Not good, but I'm glad you exist. Go ahead. You're Canadian, you can go first. Oh. Closed for lunch. Closed for lunch. You look just like these little things that we used to get out of machines when I was younger. Brats, B-R-A-T-Z.
Yeah.
You've probably seen them.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to go bug your sister who's not there. She is there.
She is there.
everybody was kung fu fighting. Neither am I. When I do the dancing, I either do this, or I do this, or I do this. Oh, that was. God. I was trying to be impressive, kind of like back in high school when I put on the good makeup and the long mascara. Yeah, I really wasn't that good. Actually, I only wore makeup in high school twice.
Yeah.
But I wore dresses 3 times.
I never wore makeup in high school. Really? Well, yeah, no.
Chapel, Nebraska, they hate blacks, Mexicans, and homosexuals.
That makes sense in Nebraska, yeah.
So yeah, I definitely wore makeup.
They just get away with it. You doing your coffee?
I am. I shouldn't, but it's warm in here, it's raining out there, and I'm waiting on the can machine to open, but they're closed for lunch.
Oh, I didn't know they closed that too, Iggy.
They
Does
usually
somebody
don't.
stay over there and like work it, or what?
Yeah, we have to come in every so often and say, hey man, the machine's going beep, 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 beep.
Makes sense.
Yep.
17th, right?
Well, you rang that up wrong. We
I
can't
did.
be friends now.
I'm fixing it. I noticed it already. It's just my machine's frozen.
You better fix it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't use the word sorry anymore. The word is pathetic. I want to speak to your manager.
This guy would like to.
Thank you for coming today.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you for coming.
And all I had to do was manipulate him to get the attention. Thank you, sir.
I put 11 o'clock.
Okay, so $2.85 for the coffee. I'm great.
I wasn't sure we were going to
Water before they actually show up. Because like, if I start crying, even if it's just pretend, I'm gonna never stop crying. Be a lack of spot.
Yeah, that's why I tell my friends in Colorado not to tell me anymore when people die.
Yeah.
And you know, I got cops.
Friend died. And then boom, 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 dropping like flies. One after another, over and over. And I was like, you know what?
Were you in a small town?
So I was in Anchorage, and then I moved to small town North Dakota, Spearfish, Dakota, or Sturgis.